Down, down,
So I was thinking more, let's go down in a blaze of glory.
Great song.
One of the greatest songs ever.
And you know the connection there?
What?
Jeff Beck played on Blaze of Glory.
I did know
As
that.
a fantastic version of Going Down. There you go.
Oh my
Bam.
God, I didn't know that though. Okay, that's really cool. Good connection. And speaking of going down,
Lead times are going down.
good timing there because you could have gone too soon. But we decided the cue cards were flipped just at the right time.
It's weird. We're going to fire that guy.
It'd be cool if we had a cue card.
It would be great.
That was
cool.
actually.
Like back there.
Anyway, guitar lead times are starting to drop a bit in some of the manufacturing spheres. There's things that are happening that we have not seen in years since the whole the before time. The Taylor Days of Summer sale is out. You can buy a 200 sort of an up series guitar and get like a GS Mini for like $199 or a Baby Tail for $99. It's insane.
Yes.
That's unheard of. Sales were not happening when inventory was scarce as can be.
No.
They're catching up again. You're going to start to see a slowdown in delivery. The delivery is speeding up, but a slowdown in requests from dealers is what I meant to say.
Right. Which means inventory will pile up.
Which might mean inventory piles up, which we were hoping would mean like maybe sales will come back again. I don't see that really necessarily happening.
But
yet.
Maybe you can order a guitar and not wait 2 years. Maybe you can get it soonish.
Well, I mean, PRS still has like a 2-year wait list for any core pieces right now that you put into queue because their production, they can't ramp it up any faster than it is without suffering QC.
Right.
And that's one thing PRS will not do.
Yeah, I appreciate that about them.
They will do a lot of things. They will not do that.
I won't do that.
You got a lot of good songs this morning.
I won't do anything to do.
That's Meatloaf, the loaf. Lord help me.
Of Fight Club fame.
God, that was a good movie with him in it. He was good. Testicular cancer. No, but it's PRS is they have some of the say what you will about PRS, love them or hate them. Their QC is on point 99% of the time. Yeah. We've had maybe 2 issues with PRS guitars, and they're awesome about helping fix it. Nonetheless, moving on, Taylor's catching up.
Yep.
Fender's certainly caught up with their Squiers. We have a storeroom full of Squiers. We were good with Squiers for the next year and a half probably.
Forever, maybe.
I mean, yeah, I sold one out the other day, of the storeroom. I had to go in there to find it, and then I got this other one that was the bottom, and the guy was like, "Oh, thanks, I just wanted to see it." I'm like, "Cool." You don't have no idea how many guitars I just moved to get to this one weird.
There's a maze of Squier boxes.
I mean, it's like a warehouse of floor to ceiling of Squiers.
That's what we could do for fall this year. Screw the corn maze. We'll have a Squier maze. Imagine.
We don't have to. We're gonna do it.
If you build it, they'll come.
They'll come. We'll have lots of Squiers there. There should be Squier sales coming up in Christmas.
Yeah.
We'll see if that's the case.
We'll have some this year. It'd be great.
You have to go to store to get it because we're not shipping Squiers at a sale. It just doesn't make it. You can't. No. Shops can't do that. They lose money every time they sell it. It'd be called customer acquisition, which we don't have time for that.
No.
With Squiers, it's too much time to pack a guitar and make sure it's set up and.
Agreed.
And yeah. So anyway, but check your local stores. Go to your local stores for Squiers this Christmas. They should have plenty. Well, everything's kind of, the world is topsy-turvy right now.
It's weird, right?
Gas prices are up how much?
100%.
From when? Just go to the gas pump. What are you, $4.50? It depends where you live. It's $4.50 in our town right here. A little bit less up the street, a little bit more down the street.
I heard this morning that the median national average is $4.91.
So if you're in a city, you're paying $5.50 maybe.
Yeah. There's one spot in California, it's like 9 something. It's like almost $10 a gallon.
Like down in Beverly Hills?
Yeah.
Yeah, fortunately everyone's Hummers there.
The thing I was listening to this morning was saying they were speculating maybe $6.50 by August.
That's crazy.
Could be. It is kind of crazy.
Well, food's up 35%.
35%.
Restaurants, and the grocery stores are more expensive.
When you can find stuff you want.
Vacation time is on the horizon. It's now.
Yep, it's true.
So people are starting to actually go on vacation, and they haven't vacationed in 2 years almost.
Wow.
Yeah, think about it like that. That's been a whole lot. Construction is on the move right now.
Yep.
This is construction time. It slows down during winter. So that extra money to go buy, your fun toys is maybe being spent elsewhere.
It's true. So
the sell-through ratio is just dramatically going to change for a lot of shops that don't have an online presence that's working well.
Yeah.
I mean, we've talked to all of our friends, and it hasn't really slowed up yet. We've seen sort of that, again, that we've talked about before, that mid-tier and below has sort of started to slow up. And we know from some of our manufacturers and our friends that there's been a hold on a lot of orders from not just the indies like us, but the majors have put on some massive holds.
Right.
Because they're getting piled up with, they don't want to have 1,000 extra player pluses sitting there in the warehouse, aging inventory as new inventory is about to be released. We're going to find out Fender's new stuff next week.
Right. Exciting.
Which is, I don't even know what, June 6th was just a few days ago, so I don't know what day it is now. It was a few, whatever, it doesn't matter. But a few, because it was D-Day. That's the reason I remember that. So I was like, it's D-Day, kids. And they're like, hey. I'm like, we're big history buffs at my
Today's
house.
the 8th. The 8th.
You weren't supposed to say the day, because this will not be coming out on the 8th.
It won't be.
Edit that out.
Or don't. It's...
So we were thinking, like, what if you could start taking the bus from Rockingham?
That'd be fantastic.
You will be huffing gas.
Yeah.
On your way there. No, because because we were trying to figure out ways to save money. Like, too, is like the whole thing. We're all thinking about it because there's a tax rebate if you spend on transportation. That's only if you spend on public transportation. We don't have public transportation here.
Nope.
We live in like sort of a smaller rural areas, and there's no public transportation.
There is literally no way to get yourself from Rockingham to Southern Pines.
There's a train that goes from Hamlet to Southern Pines, but you can't take it. It only comes once a day, going north, and then once a day south.
When I was going back and forth to Charleston for school when I first moved down there, and I'd see the little Amtrak things like, oh, take the train next day. It's like tire driving, take the train. I was like, oh. So I called to see from Charleston, to Hamlet, because there's the train station right there. Yes. You would have had to go to Washington, D.C. from Charleston and then get a different train back to Hamlet.
Maybe this will fix one day.
I doubt it.
So, the good news, the silver lining is, we don't know if there's sales coming, but we do know that you won't have to wait as long.
That's true.
For your guitars in the future. Like, we're not saying for like PRS cores.
Custom shops.
That's
custom shop.
That's where Fender Custom Shop is not getting affected by this, really.
Right.
Their lead time keeps going up because the demand keeps driving for that. Partly due to, obviously the quality and the desire for those pieces, but also the rising in prices with PRS, with Fender, what is great, if you put that order in today, your order is locked in.
Right.
It's not that way with every other manufacturer.
No.
They're sort of like, oh, it's a variable rate mortgage here. We're,
cool.
Prices it's never going to go down. It might go up though with certain like manufacturers. Like, well, it costs us more to build it now, so we're going to sell it to you for, X plus Y now.
But we ordered this
2 years ago. Tough titties.
You guys can just eat it, right?
Is the proper response. Like, with your margins will be, as a shop, they'll pitch you, your margins will be fine. But it's like, well, it's not that. We plan on investing $300,000. Now we're investing $320,000, and then now we have to sell this for Y. And anyway, it's tricky.
Exciting stuff.
So we don't know the end result of how it's going to shake out, but we know there's been a retraction in that sort of mid-tier purchase. Again, it's weird to say mid-tier is $1,000 to $1,500 to $700.
It's hard to get
$700 to $1,500.
Yep.
So I just landed in that sort of $1,000 range. God, it used to be the price of an American Standard. That's what we sound like the old boomers when we say that.
Well, we kind of are.
Even Sean said something. Man, I remember I bought my twin at like $1,200 or something. Now the twin's pretty much $2,000, I think. And it's like, is it $1,899 or something?
Well, that's true.
It's just $2,000 if you got shipping or tax or any of that stuff. So, don't get me wrong, the twin's awesome. You buy one twin, that's all you need for the rest of your life.
It's true.
As long as you have muscles or a cart that can move it.
Don't hurt your back.
You will hurt your back. That and the AC30. Oof, ouch.
Just put some wheels in there. Roll it around.
So hopefully we'll see like guitars in stores are coming back again. We'll see, you'll have an opportunity to play these guitars again. And maybe you won't have to wait outrageous amounts once we get past the next year or so.
I think that would be. I do think that's going to be the case. Hopefully.
Well, I remember the days back, when we ordered a guitar like from Fender or Taylor or Martin. Okay, cool. You'll have that in like 30 to 60 days.
Yeah, which is not bad.
That's how long it's going to take us to build that guitar for you, like and putting it in the queue and whatnot. I was like, that's cool. We'll have the guitar in 30 to 60 days. Yep. And instead of with Martin, like when I placed my last orders at the last Summer NAMM, like, well, you're ordering for a year and a half ahead.
Right.
With this order. I'm like, I know.
Well, it used to be that you'd call, we'd send Fender a message or call or whatever. Oh, yeah, we just happen to have one of those. We'll have it to you next week. that's been gone for a long time. So hopefully those days will return. Where, like you said, a couple months, or maybe every now and then you get lucky and they have one that's ready and not spoken for. We'll see.
I am hoping that to not today. When Fender has their new product announcements, that I'm just hoping they have the new American Originals.
God, I hope so.
I hope that.
What do you think they're going to call it?
Like probably the American Vintage Series, like they used to call it, which would be fine. And if they do it,
boring.
But if they do it by the years again, I kind of like that. Like you can get like a 62, or you can get like a 59.
Yeah, I do like that.
Or you can get like a 64. Yeah. If they, I like.
So you think there might be more options?
I'm just
maybe.
They've done this before. This was like the same thing. Like I don't know, 10 years ago. This is what they had. Yeah. But I hope they keep it with nitro. I would love a relic, a slight
like
closet
an American
classic.
Original
Closet classic
tiered relic for $2,300.
$2,500 to $700.
I was trying to be optimistic.
I don't see.
No, it's not. That's too much. You're right.
I know. God, that's depressed. Never mind. I just got sad again.
That would be super cool, though.
That would be cool. I mean, it's like a deluxe class, a slight checking.
Just a little bit of checking. God, that would be
a little bit of aging on like sexy. The fretboard, like maybe a tiny bit of like sort of the dirt. Don't even need the fret ghosting necessarily.
No, just
a little bit of dirt underneath the fretboard.
Yeah.
Underneath the frets, I mean, not board, because there's, you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna leave. Maybe pull in the finish on the back of the neck. Thanks, Fender, for listening. Maybe. We could be totally wrong, and they're like, nope. It's the releasing more $700 Squier. Sorry. Oh.
Dang it!
Dang,
it's gotta be. No, it's gotta be. I'm holding out and believing.
That's what we've been hoping. That's what we were hoping for in January, and so we're hoping again.
Don't stop believing.
That's good. Well, I'm gonna go home now.
All right, hit the bell, and hit like and subscribe,
and the triangle. Hit the triangle.
There's no triangle.
Oh, I want there to be a triangle so bad.
I mean, the play thing is a triangle.
I don't know what's the play thing.
To make the video play.
Oh yeah, it is. It's like a triangle that fell over, sort of, which is a triangle.
It's just still a triangle.
I feel like it's got like sort of an oblong. I don't know.
Geometry 101 right here.
I think I had geometry. I haven't had math since high school, sophomore year in high school.
Basic shapes.
That
made me so happy. All right, I'll see you next time. We'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging
maybe. Bye. Doesn't fit.